What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Joaquin Corrales. Guys, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We're releasing awesome videos daily. And guys, this is video number 3 on the Shopify challenge. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to set up Facebook advertising the correct way to be able to scale these products, to be able to get people into our store and buying the products that we're offering, right? In the last couple of videos, we showed you guys how to set up your store the correct way and how to find the products that we're going to make you the most profitable, right? Actually showing you how to go out there and find these products as opposed to just giving you a list of products that were profitable in the past or whatever, right? So guys, if you haven't already, I'm not sure why you're starting in this video. If you haven't watched 1 and 2, go back and watch those and then get to this one. But let's get right into it. So guys, the first thing is obviously picking the products, and we already did that. So let's pick one of these products here in which we're going to advertise on Facebook to get people into our store and buying it. So let's use this long sleeve mouse shirt. All right. So obviously we already have the images here, and we're going to use this exact image. So the first thing that we're going to need for an advertisement is an image. So let me hit the preview button right here. I'm going to save this image to my download shirt, and then I'm gonna go to a service online, this website called Canva. Okay, canva.com. You're gonna go there. You're gonna start up your. It's not even a trial. Like, you guys are gonna be able to come in on a free account. You're gonna be able to do everything that you need at the beginning with the free account, so you're good to go. And I don't use this one. I use Photoshop because I know how to use Photoshop. But if you guys don't know how to use Photoshop and you don't have it, then you could go ahead and use this Canva site. It works exactly the same. I've used it a couple times. So the first thing is I want to come here to the upload, and I'm going to upload that same image that I just downloaded. So let's go ahead and do that. And so what we're gonna do after we upload the image is we're gonna come here to layouts, okay? And since when I started this Canva here, I pressed an option for a Facebook post, so make sure that you guys do that. And it's gonna give you all these samples here, and I basically go down the samples and find one that looks like it would work. Like, look, I could use this one right here, right? And obviously we'll be able to edit everything. And the first thing that I'll do is that I'll delete this image here. I'll come to the uploads and I'll throw in my image right there, and you see, like that, in like literally 2 seconds I already have an advertisement that's 90% done. It looks super professional, and it's gonna differentiate ourselves from the competition. But where we're really going to be able to differentiate ourselves, where we're really is in the is in our Facebook advertising, okay? And we're gonna do that in a couple of seconds here. So what I would put here in this little top name here is what's the name of this product? So I'll come and get the name of this. Okay, done. So I would put that here. Long sleeve mouse shirt. And then what you guys have to focus on as you're creating these ads is scarcity and rarity, okay? People buy when things are scarce, okay? When the time is about to run out, when there's only 10 of them, when there's a timer right in front of your face, when there's a discount and things like that, right? And with Black Friday, what people are mainly looking for are discounts, okay? So in here, you're gonna put, you're gonna mix scarcity with rarity. So 75% off for the first 20, on the first 20, for the first 20 customers, right? So here you're saying, hey, there's 75% off, but wait, because this is only for the first 20, so you need to hurry, okay? So the people looking at this are gonna be like, wow, I like the way that this looks. I need to buy it fast, and I need to buy it now because it's 75% off, and it's only available for 20 people. And that's kind of like the mindset that you have to follow as you create these ads. You don't need to focus 100% on the design. Sometimes even throwing this image into the middle and just putting a header and a subheading will work out for you. And here you could also put the URL of your website. But this is an extremely simple ad. But what you guys have to focus on more than the ad is what we're going to get into next, okay? And it's going to be how you set up your Facebook ads and who you put this ad in front of, okay? Because this is ultimately the most important part. You could pick the most profitable product ever, right? Like we were saying in the last video. But if you don't put that profitable product, or I don't mean profitable, I mean product that is working for other people. If you have that product that is working for other people, right, that is going to be the winning product, and you don't put that in front of people who are going to like it and who are going to buy it, then it's useless, right? If you have this is a children's clothing and it's a freaking mouse. If you put this in front of someone who doesn't have a kid and who prefers dogs over cats, then they're gonna ignore it, and it's gonna be useless and a waste of money, no matter how good your ad is, no matter how good the product is, right? So let's go ahead and let's download this advertisement right here. We're going to download it, and then we're going to hop right into Facebook. All right, guys, so before we hop into Facebook, I want to go over some things that I'm not going to go over in this video, but that you guys need to make sure that you do. So the first thing is that you need to create a Facebook page for your store, right? You're going to create a Facebook page because that's where we're going to run all of the advertisement off of. And then that's also going to create, or you're already going to have also an ad account. But obviously we need those things. But when you create your page, your Facebook page, it's going to come with, or it's not going to come, but you're going to have an ad account. And that's what we're going to use to run the advertisements to that Facebook page where we're going to create the post. So let's just break down the steps here one by one. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to post on Facebook. Okay, so we're going to post on Facebook our advertisement, but first as a regular post using the image that we just created in canva.com. And the second part is that we're going to use our ad account. Okay, so we're going to use the ad account to advertise that product, okay, to advertise that post on Facebook. And then we're going to put it in front of people who are more likely to buy it than others, right? Depending on interest and the strategies that we're about to go over. Now, before we get into that, before we hop into the ad account, let's briefly go over how Facebook ads work, okay? So there's kind of like a hierarchy to it, okay? At the top, you have your campaigns, okay? And then you have different ad sets. So a campaign could have many different ad sets. Let's call this here ad sets. Ad sets, right? So it has many different ad sets. And what these ad sets do is that they target different audiences, okay? So you have one campaign. A campaign could have many different ad sets, which all target different audiences. I mean, they could target the same audience, but that's useless. So different ad sets targeting different audiences. And then ad sets have different advertisements, okay? So that's kind of like the hierarchy in Facebook ads. So you have a campaign, then you have ad sets. The ad sets, remember, let me put it here, are different audiences. I admire you if you could read my handwriting in this. So we have different ad sets, which are all for different audiences, right? So if you want to target a new audience in your same campaign, then you would just create a new ad set. And then an ad set has different ads. So in this example, our ads, or ad in this case, is our post on Facebook. And the strategy that we're going to follow is the following. We're going to create one campaign, okay? And then what I usually do is that I create a bunch of different ad sets, okay? And what I do is that I'll create the first ad set, and I'm going to do it now, but first I want to explain it like this. I'll create one ad set, and I'll target different people, right? Like celebrities that are associated with what I'm selling, okay? So that ad set will have, I'll target different celebrities, and then I'll pick my ad. And then what I'll do is that I'll come back and I'll duplicate that ad set, and I'll leave the same ad, right? So every single ad set right here, let me switch up the colors so you guys don't get confused. Every single ad set is going to be, hold on. Every single ad set, is this thing going to switch the colors or what? Every single ad set is pointing basically to the same advertisement, but a different copy of it for itself. So we have this ad set right here, which has the post. We have this ad set right here, which is advertising the post. We have this ad set right here, which is advertising the post, right? And that's exactly how we're going to do it. And every single ad set is going to be targeting different things. And now we're going to go into the strategies of who do we need to target in these different ad sets. And then how I do it is that I'll set up every ad set at $3, okay? And so I'll set up like 3 ads or like 10 ad sets at $3 each, right? So I'm spending over $90 a day, which maybe some of you don't want to do. So you could do it at a lower scale. For example, you could set up maybe 3 ad sets, right? 3 ad sets at $3 each per day. So you're spending $10 a day. And what you guys have to realize is that when you first start, you're going to lose some money, okay? And that's totally fine. That's part of the learning curve. But once you guys find a winning product, then you're going to be making hundreds and maybe even thousands of dollars per day off of this product. So you don't even have to worry about losing those $10, $20 at the start. And once you learn this, then you're going to win, right? So let's get right into the ad account. So I'm here in one of my newer ad accounts that I barely use. And what you're going to do first is you're going to click on this create button here. And you're going to do this after you post on Facebook. So I'm sure you guys could look up another video on how to post on Facebook. Okay, it's pretty simple. So you post that image that we had right here. You post this image with a caption, and in the caption, you want to make sure that you mention the 75% off, and you want to make sure that you mention the link to the product, okay, the link to the product. Oh, another thing about the links to the products, if we're back here in our Shopify store, what you guys want to do is go to online store and then go to navigation, and you're going to create a short link for your product, okay? So you're going to click right here on URL redirects. So the steps again are online store, navigation, URL redirects, and then you're going to click on add URL redirect, and here you're going to put, like, for example, cat shirt, and here you're going to put the actual URL. So let's say that I go here, I'm going to copy this really long URL at the top. So when people go to bfdealsdemo.myshopify.com or your domain, right, /cat shirt, then they're going to be redirected to here. And then that's super important, because let's say that for some reason you want to change out your product. Like you want to, it's still a cat shirt, but maybe it's a different one, or maybe it's a new product on Shopify. All you have to do is you have to come here and change where it redirects to. So when people go here, redirect to somewhere else, as opposed to having to modify all of your ads. So yeah, that's perfect. And then you're going to put that URL. So the URL at this point is your domain.com/cat shirt, right? So that's how people are going to get to this product. So you're going to want to make sure to put that in your Facebook post. Now, the important part is creating your actual advertisements. You're going to come here. It's going to be a conversion advertisement. Okay. We're going to be optimizing for conversions. And what that means, what it means to optimize for conversions, is that it recently got changed in Facebook, but we're going to be targeting add to carts. So what that means is that every time someone adds the product to their cart, Facebook is gonna note that down. And then after 50 add to carts, so once we get 50 add to carts, and we'll get that pretty quickly with this strategy that we're going to go over, then Facebook is going to start optimizing for add to carts. And what that means is that Facebook is going to see the audience that you're targeting, and it's going to see a pattern in the people that are adding to cart. So for example, everyone that adds to cart, that adds this product to cart, has this specific characteristic and does this and does that. And it's going to use its super complex algorithms to target in your audience, right? So hold on, let's pull up Photoshop here. So let's say that we have an audience right here of a ton of different people that you're targeting, right? Ton of different people. And then in red are the people that are adding to cart, right? People that are adding to cart. So what Facebook is going to do is that after you have 50, you're targeting all the people in the black. And after you have 50 of these little red ones, then Facebook is going to automatically start doing this, right? So it's going to be like, oh, these are the people that have added to cart. Now, where are the people that are similar to them? And maybe it's going to grab this black one because it's similar, or this black one because it's similar, and then this one because it's similar. But it's not going to grab this one because that one does not have similar characteristics to the people who have added to cart. And it's going to start showing your advertisement to people who it thinks that are going to be a lot more likely to add the product to cart. So that's basically how it works and how it optimizes by itself. So it's actually pretty cool. So we want to do that. There's a lot of people that also say that you should do pay per engagement first to see if your ad works. That's not how I do it, and that's not how I would do it. I would go straight into conversions. So you could call this one cat shirt conversions. Actually, I would call it ATC, which is add to cart, right? Capitalize the S, OCD. Now you click continue, and now you're creating your ad set. Okay, so if we go back to Photoshop for a second, now we're a level lower, and we're creating these different ad sets right here. So obviously you're going to start with one ad set, and where it says select conversion event, you're going to select your add to cart, right? So your add to cart thing right here. And I'm going to create another video after this showing you guys the power of the Facebook pixel and how to get it connected to your store. So I know that I said it was going to be a 3-video series, but I'm actually going to create that video outside of the series. But you're going to be able to set here add to cart, okay? Which means that you want to optimize for that based on your Facebook pixel. And now we get to the interesting part, which is who are we going to put this advertisement in front of? And if we're able to pick the right product based on what we learned in the previous video, and if we're able to put that product in front of people who are more likely to buy it, then we're going to make sales, right? So that's the order of it. So this is the first ad set. And just to scroll down for a second, I'm going to change this to $3 per day, okay? Because I'm going to be creating a lot of them. And I'm going to set this to 1 day click or view, which means that I want to count a conversion if they add it to cart within a day of clicking it, okay? I've never really used a 7-day clicks or view. I have no use for it. You could just leave it at 1. It's not a big deal. Now, when it comes to here, I always put English as my languages, right? Maybe if you guys are from other countries, then you would put your language there. But my advertisements are in English, so I just go straight into that. And then this is where it gets interesting, right? Because here you could drill down into your audience and see how or what interest you want to target. Now, what someone who's a beginner or maybe even not a beginner might think of when they want to target, for example, people to buy this mouse shirt is that maybe they would look for the word mouse, right? And look, there's 26 million people who like mouse. So maybe they would do mouse. Maybe they would do like Mickey Mouse, and let's see what else, and long sleeve shirt, right? Because it's a long sleeve shirt. Long distance relationship, that's not it. So shirt, right? I'm sure they have shirt here. So t-shirt, shirt, sleeveless shirt, whatever. But guys, this is the wrong way to target. And the reason why this is the wrong way to target is because you're going too deep, right? There's too many people in here. And this is what everyone's doing, right? So as you could imagine, if everyone's doing this, and it's going to be a lot more competitive and you're going to waste a lot more money. So what you guys have to do is you have to do the following. So you have to create a lot of little ad sets. So for example, like we said before, we have the campaign here, and then we have different ad sets, ad set, a lot of different ad sets coming out of this one campaign, and then every single ad set is advertising the post, okay? Now, what we have to do in the strategy here is to spend $3 per ad set, okay? But not targeting things that are super obvious like that. Like, for example, if you're targeting cats, you don't want to target the word cat, and maybe meow or whatever. What you have to target are, for example, cat food brands, right? So cat food brands, because you know that if someone's interested in a cat food brand, then they more than likely like cats. Like someone is not randomly interested in a freaking cat food brand, right? But you could be accidentally interested in cats, like through Facebook's algorithm, because one day you like the cat post or something, right? So then they said, all right, this guy liked the cat post, he's interested in cats. But if you like cat food, then you're more than likely 80% likely to be interested in cats, right? And so when we target people like that, with that in mind, as far as not targeting them based on what's obvious, but on what is kind of like a secondary thing that I could think of about what I'm targeting, that could lead me to get this ad in front of the right amount of people. And there's no set way to come up with these, right? You have to be creative about it and maybe find people who are authorities in that niche. So for example, maybe there's someone on YouTube who talks about cats like a lot. And so people that like that person are very interested in cats too. So maybe you target them. Or maybe there are certain celebrities who are super passionate about cats and they have a fan club about cats. So you would target that. Maybe there are fan clubs and fan pages and other stores that sell cat stuff. So you would target like that type of thing. But the main idea behind all of this is to master testing, okay? If you could master testing, then you will be successful in Shopify, because that's all that is, okay? There's no specific strategy on the same exact ad that you're going to run to generate a ton of money, or the same exact product strategy that you're going to run. There are different tips and strategies, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to testing and to investing a little bit of time in doing it. And then as you do it, obviously, as with everything else, you get better, right? So what I do and what I suggest you do is that you spend $3 per day on each of these different ad sets. And on each of these different ad sets, you want to target small amounts of interests, okay? And maybe things that are similar. So if you find that there are cat fan clubs, then you might want to target the cat fan clubs all in here, and then here all the cat food brands, and then here all the other things. So if you keep them enclosed into things that are similar to each other, then you'll be able to better better gauge their performance, right? Because if this one's doing poorly, but this one's doing highly, then you know that the cat food brands are what's working. So then you would kill this ad, and you would kill this ad, and you would pass the money from there to here, right? So you would bring this one up to $9 and then see how it performs after a day or two, and then continue to go up. But the cool thing is about Facebook is that obviously it makes it extremely easy for you to be able to do all of this, and that it optimizes for add to carts and for purchases later on as you get more data. So as you spend more money. But guys, the number one key thing that I would tell anyone, and this is something that was an issue with me as well, is to not be afraid in spending some money. Okay, it's okay to spend some money, because at the end of the day, what you're doing is, one, you're investing in your knowledge, and you're buying data, right? You're buying information from Facebook, because they're telling you, okay, these interests work, these interests don't work, this one does work, spend more money there and then make more money back. If you guys have to spend $50 and go $50 in the red, okay, and lose $50 to find a winning product that is going to make you $50K, right? It makes sense. Maybe when you're losing the $50, it freaking hurts, right? But when you're making the $50K back later on, then you're good, right? And you only need that to happen once. But there's so many people that never get to it, and that it never happens once for them, because they're scared of losing these $50 so much, or they don't want to do it, that they never get to the 50K, right? And I'm just saying 50K as a relative number. Obviously, it could be 1K, 2K, but the point is that you're making a profit. So make sure that you guys get good at testing, and the way that you test is by creating a lot of different ad sets. Now, the audience size, right? This is something that is also important. The audience size that I like to stay at is from 250K. So from 250K people up to like 5 mil. And I usually do that mainly because I like to spend some more money. So if you have a lower than 250K, then you would spend less, like the $5. But usually I'll do maybe like $10 per ad set. So I want a bigger audience to make sure that I'm able to do that. Obviously later on when you start scaling too, and I'll make some more videos on how you could start scaling your ads once you do find the one that works. But 100% make sure that you guys follow the strategy, and keep in mind that you have to become good at testing. And once you become good at testing, then you could do anything, because at the end of the day, what everyone out there that is making a lot of money in Shopify is doing is that they're testing a bunch of different products at the same time, right? They're finding the ones that work and spending more money in them, okay? The people out there who are making money are not just picking a product and then making a shit ton of money with it. Like, it doesn't work like that ever. They have to test, okay? And people don't realize that. Everyone's trying to find the easy way out to the same exact product strategy, the same exact Facebook advertising strategy. And yeah, there are good tips that you could follow, and there are certain strategies that you could follow, but at the end of the day, they're just different strategies that allow you to test, right, in different ways. So guys, make sure that you do that. Now you know how to set up your store. Now you know how to pick your products. Now you know how to test these products to see if they're going to be profitable. And testing these products during Black Friday and the next couple of days, and even going forward, are going to be a lot easier. The better Facebook gets, the better you get at targeting, right? And the more data that you feed it, so that your Facebook pixel becomes more powerful. I'm going to create a couple more videos on the Facebook pixel later on. And guys, drop down in the comments what you guys want to see in this channel. I'm super pumped. I'm going to be uploading videos daily, and I'll see you on the next one. Make sure that you guys subscribe.